Poof, alright. Made it. Better late than never. Here we are. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's finish this game. Let's do it today. Damn, I still have a whole ass area to complete. Oh. I don't remember where I was. Oh yeah, I think after stream ended last time, I cleaned out my inventory. What the fuck is this? The feature is currently unavailable? What does that mean? Huh? Did they remove a feature? Wait, why is... Huh? It's the Stone of Penance thing? Did they add that recently? I guess the game did have an update. Recent patch. Alright, that makes more sense. Damn, already almost mastered these. Ooh. They added a bunch of post-game stuff. Oy, oy, oy. I'm at the point where this is a big map. I think I'm gonna try and focus on completing the objective and not full completion of the entire map immediately. Cause I think this game, this is gonna sound bad. I think this game's kind of run its course for stream. Like, I don't know. We're also getting close to other games, like the James Bond game is coming out in like a month from now. The new Dark Pictures game is coming out in like 2 weeks, I believe. Was it the 12th? The interactive. I think it was May 12th. Damn, even Google is not showing it. Yeah, May 12th. That's in 2 weeks. That's in 2 weeks, Tuesday. So I definitely want to stream that one. So I kind of want to be done storyline wise with this game, I guess. So better get cracking. I'll definitely play this off stream to proper completion. I don't know what that is. It's a lure? Interesting fighting style. Reminds me of something. I can't put my finger on it. Surely there's some DOA moves in there. Man, I feel like the last couple of days, the news cycle or at least the news cycle that I've been seeing through the algorithm, has been kind of, it feels like so much, but also nothing happened. Like so many nothing burgers, like the PlayStation DRM thing that turns out to be a whole lot of about nothing. Or like the whole blue button, red button thing. I'm so sick of seeing that shit. I don't know what the end result of the DRM thing is. Having to renew license once a month, kind of whack. You actually have to do that. No, it turns out to be different. Turns out people with like a hacked PlayStation have looked at what's exactly happening. So apparently how it used to be, right? You downloaded a game, it would also install a license that basically was indefinite, right? So your PlayStation would be like, yes, you can play this game. They changed it, and I don't know how true this is, but apparently it's due to like a Linux hack on jailbroken PS5s. That when you download a game, you initially get a license for the 30 days, right? But after, suspiciously, the refund window, about 14 to 15 days, it gets replaced with an indefinite license again. So realistically, it's still bad because, you need to log in an extra time. But technically, you need to log in, a second time after like 14 days to get your indefinite license. Basically, there was some kind of nonsense happening with people buying a game, finishing it, and then refunding it. And they kind of want to, I don't know how this helps against that, but apparently that's what it is. But realistically, like, if you're afraid that, oh, but now after 14 days, what if I don't have internet? It's like, yeah, that sucks, but also you lose your entire digital library if you lose access to the internet. So the nature of digital games already requires you to have some form of access to the internet, at least at some times. So, I probably wouldn't have noticed the 30-day window either. Like, if it legitimately was every time you log in, it starts a timer for 30 days, that would have been ass. That would have been kind of a, like, insanely customer unfriendly system. But apparently the change is just, you get a temporary license until your refund window is over, and then they grant you the indefinite one. The thing to me is, like, that sounds like it makes sense, But at the same time, why would that make a difference? Like, why can't they... I don't know. I guess maybe what... Yeah, that's probably what it is. People could probably refund the game, but keep their console offline so that they can still play the game, because it doesn't check when you go online anymore. And now at the very least, if you refund, and I think the 14-day window thing, I think that's the European law at the very least. I don't know how much that's like a Sony policy. But then yeah, if you refund it within the window, then your game will run out. Which from that point of view, it makes sense. At the same time, I'm like, will it really being abused to that level? Like, couldn't you just be like, well, you know, I don't know what the English saying is. Like in Dutch, there's like a saying to, you know, like you take some of the bad stuff with it, like it's like you calculate it in. Yeah, I guess it must have been done at, you know, it must have been to a degree where they're like, we need to change how it works. Because realistically thinking about it, changing it software-wise, like actually changing the licensing system, even if it's a, you know, it is a minor change, but that is, you know, if someone would hand me that task, I would get scared, because that's a scary thing to start messing with. You better be fucking sure that it works and that you don't fuck it up. But yeah, it must have affected them on a level where to them it was worth messing with it. Which is kind of insane. Give me this before I die again. I mean, I'm not gonna die, but maybe I am. Why won't he die? And that fucking kick is... it ain't it. Ooh. You might fuck up stuff for under a million users. Yeah. That's a scary fucking change. Yes, Mr. IT, please change the licensing system for the entire PlayStation ecosystem. Imagine if it just comes on your desk in the form of like a ticket. You get like a ticket in your fucking gyro or whatever. Change the licensing system, please. Oh my god. And the ultimate move would be to push it to live on Friday, 5 p.m. That's the ultimate move. Shit. I keep forgetting the button combination. I always press the map button. For whatever reason, I don't think of the options button immediately. Damn. Loud ass ice cream truck passing through. It doesn't pick up on the mic. Wait, maybe it does a little bit. No, it doesn't. It's okay, people in the US and Japan don't have proper weekends anyway. Bruh. That shit is fucking... That's coming over here. Like, just last week, I think, there were like, strikes, that's the word. There were like strikes, in like grocery stores here, specifically at Aldi. They did a bunch of strikes because they wanted to... Well, first of all, by law here in Belgium, they changed that now supermarkets, like grocery stores, they can stay open until like 9 p.m, which most of them don't. Like, I think the latest grocery stores are open here is to like 8 p.m, and that's only on certain days. Usually it's like 6 or 6:30. But now they're like, hey, you can stay open till 9 p.m. And then a bunch of the stores, including Aldi, was like, yeah, well, let's also stay open on Sunday. So they really want to go for like that 7 out of 7 days a week availability. And that to me is like peak, like the American system, you know? Like, just always be open, always be available. And it's so unnecessary. Like, I don't understand why. Like, of all the things, you know, it's like, oh, you know, but other stores are doing it and yada 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 yada. I've not heard a single good reason why it's necessary. Like, it's, you know, it's not too busy. You know, there's not like a huge demand for it. Like, literally everyone's life is already built around the idea that on Sunday, you know, you should have your groceries in your fridge. You should have thought about that beforehand. I don't know. I just see stuff like that. And there's probably like a million other things where like that, where you can feel the American stuff like encroaching on our proper European standards. Ow, ow, ow. What the fuck, more? Damn. Caught me by surprise. forgot about that move. It's so fucking sick. I've listened to some random gaming podcast recently. The dude was like, on my first job, I won't have a day off for the next month. That sounds insane to me. Yeah, it's the whole dude. Every time I hear Americans like, oh, you know, they get like 2 weeks max if it gets approved. It's like, dude, that's crazy. Like here in Belgium, the legal amount is like 20 days that you know, like they're obligated to give you 20 days. That's like 4 weeks, right? Maybe a little more if you squeeze in some public holidays and stuff, if you plan it smartly. But realistically, it still feels like nothing, you know? God, that's fast. Ooh. Uh-oh, I'm dead. Or I'm not. I genuinely don't understand how they live without vacation days. Like I look so much forward to vacation days. It's never enough. Didn't I have some cool ass move that was also from Crusade thing? Crusade Crucible. Crusade. Or maybe it was in the demo. But wait, I should have that too. Oh yeah, it was this one. Swift Step Heavy. Swift Step Heavy. After a quick attack, L1 plus. Okay. Cool. Exact same legal minimum here. Or technically you get enough days off for 4 full weeks. So if you work 3 days out of 4, yeah, same here. If you work a certain amount of hours, you kind of get the days equal to 20 days of your work week. And it's calculated on how much you've worked the previous year. Which that's the one shitty thing. Like if you were out of a job for like a year and then you get a new job, that first year you have no vacation days. Now you can still ask your boss really nice and be like, hey, can I have some vacation days unpaid? And if they'll allow it, you know, sure, you take the pay cut, but you can have vacation that way. But legally, if you haven't worked for an entire year, you get none. Well, he caught me in the middle of... That's nonsense. Ooh. Wait, it hits them too? Let's get it. Oh, it's only once. Single use. secret. Poison mist sounds cool. It's probably not going to be that impressive. It sounds cool. Dude, this is a wild map. Uh-oh. Whoa. Was that Revenant just weak or... Okay, where's our music man? Probably there, right? Is that him? Hell yeah. Dude, clocked him. Yo. There we go. Oh. Still gonna beat this guy. Huh. Sheesh, that's a stupid move. I love it. Oh. Whew. Man, in other depressing news, today, it was kind of a funny thing in a way. So they announced, like, whoever in Belgium is like the organization that calculates inflation, right? Because they have like a certain calculation, you know, the price of bread, the price of fuel, the price of, you know, like they have like an average of a bunch of like important things to life that makes up what the inflation is. And it went up from earlier this year, it was like 1.65. It went up to 4%, like in a couple months, right? And what, a lot of, like, there was like a group of employers that were like, nah, that's not true. They miscalculated. They're using the wrong things. That's impossible. You know, you shouldn't believe them. And it's like, well, it's always been calculated that way. But the reason why employers are like, no, don't believe them, is because here in Belgium we get a pay rise to match inflation. Like once a year, I think it is. I think in some sectors even like twice a year. So, I mean, the fact that it's going up by this much, and, you know, probably has a lot to do with the price of fuel, which has gone up like immensely. They can see the writing on the wall. They're gonna have to pay out of their ass. Which, you know, poor billion-dollar companies, wow, but, you know, they got the power, they're complaining. And our government, who is already quite right-wing, they've been talking about getting rid of, like, the inflation matching for paychecks. So, you know, it's not exactly a good situation to be in. But I thought it was funny. Like, of course, the employers are complaining about it. They probably didn't even notice the price at the pump changed, but whatever. Damn, it's good. Ow. Dude, I'm fucked. Okay, what if I... Get tricked, bitch. I can do that too. It is kind of the same move, huh? Didn't see it. Well, yeah, I guess the most important news to talk about is we're getting some sort of DOA announcement at Evo Japan, which is this Friday or this Saturday. I think I saw the 1st of May, but I think it was Japanese time. So I don't know exactly when that's going to be in our time. Maybe at like, you know, late Thursday. I don't know. But I'm very curious because, you know, I see the DOA posts online. You know, I'm still following the communities, and I've seen a lot of, you know, the typical, you know, we need this. Pet peeve of mine. We don't need shit. You know, we can like things. We would love to have things. We don't need anything. You know, when it comes to games and stuff. But I saw a lot of posts of like, we need more information on last round. Because we don't know much, you know? We only have the initial thing, and what else do we know? And feels a bit weird to me, because what's missing? Like, what don't we know about it? I think pretty much everything has been said with that initial trailer. For whatever reason, I was under the impression that that was it. Like, we would get last round, and it would just be the couple new costumes. What else did they add? Like, I even forgot. It's like, you know, I was not under the impression that they're gonna announce more stuff that's coming that they didn't put in their initial reveal trailer. Because like, if there was like a big extra reveal coming up, why was that not in the reveal trailer? Why would you keep it so lean then to reveal? So if anything, I think we might just see a little more DOA 7. Maybe like another cinematic trailer with a new character in it that we haven't seen yet. They might do like the Virtua Fighter thing where they're just gonna show off characters without showing the actual fighting yet. They might do something like that. I genuinely don't expect new last round stuff. Other than maybe, you know, like gameplay, like just playing. that's something they could show, but that's DOA 6. You know, we kind of know what that looks like. Why am I seeing a quest dude in that direction? Huh. Huh. I don't know, I feel like trying to hype up the last round at least a little bit would be a good idea, but who knows with Team Ninja. Yeah, I'm not saying they're not gonna talk about last round, but in terms of announcing features, I don't think there's new features to be shown. Like, I think they've shown it. I expect them to have at least one new stage. I mean, I guess something like that they could show, or maybe, because they did say new outfits and new characters DLC was coming up. They might tease the first DLC character that, you know, comes out, whatever. Because the game comes out in, like, what, June? That's like, you know, it's like, let's say 2 months from now, because it's about to turn May. And I think it releases more to the end of June. Let's say in 2 months, the game comes out. How long will it take for the first DLC character to drop? If they do the season thing, that might actually be very close after launch. That might be like a month or so after. So that would be a 3 month of, you know, revealing a character now would be 3 months before release. Potentially, right? Potentially. Announcing the first $90 season pass at EVO Japan will certainly make waves. They'll announce the new season pass, but also the get all the previous outfits in one bundle for like $500. If they do that, it'd probably still be like $100 a bundle. They're not gonna make that cheap. Which is weird, because if you think about it, I remember with Street Fighter V, long ago now, they did also release a bunch of outfits, but then at some point they did the Championship Edition, which for an upgrade for like $40 or something, 30 or $40, you did get all the released outfits. Which, you know, if you didn't already buy them, that was a good deal. I've always found it weird, Koei Tecmo's like unwillingness to just discount old costumes, like even old season passes. How the fuck have they never been like minus 90%? Like at this point, who cares? If you can get $10 for it, who cares? Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wait, why am I out of key still? Oh. Okay, I'm scared. Hold on. Oh, beat him. Do it. And you're not dropping an elixir? Come on, man. The last round one for 5 was 102. I don't think it will be any cheaper. But, like, isn't that crazy? If you think about it, that is so whack, though. Because, like, who is it for? Like, who's like, oh, thank God I didn't buy all the old outfits. So now I can buy them for $100. What? Who? That shit should... One, should just be included in last round. Selling DOA 6 last round, like the game as it is, as it stands with the content that they've announced, you know, unless they're doing something at Evo, who knows? Probably not. As it stands, I feel like it's already expensive, you know? I would have guessed, like, I would price it like 30 euros max for the last round upgrade to be like to in my eyes to be considered like a good price, to be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. For like what is now 40, just include the old outfits, just include the DLC outfits. What are we scared of? That there's gonna be people who did buy the outfits or like, oh man, I paid for this shit 10 years ago. I can't believe... It's like, yeah, you already had them for like 10 years. Who cares? So I don't know who they're doing it for, but... Ooh. Wait, why is it like this? Applies attack efficiency to yourself. Deflect. Stack increases. That's too much reading. Where's the poison thing? Poison breath. Was that here? Was that not? Oh, it must have been like a ninja skill then. Yeah. It's one of these bad boys. Poison mist. Alright, cool. Burrow is cool, but I kind of want like a ranged attack. Something to shoot with. It's kind of useful to have, you know, to have regenerate. Flame Breath was good. Throwing a bomb, that's a classic. I guess the bomb. Let's go with the bomb. Dude, uncontrollable. Wow. I'm kind of excited for last round though. You know, no matter, it doesn't even matter how little they change. Just being able to get wow. I am not having a stroke, but it definitely feels like, or sound like I'm having one. Jesus Christ. What I meant to say was, regardless of what they actually change or don't change or add, it's just gonna be fun to get to play the game again and hopefully to have like more activity, at least for a minute, you know? Being able to just boot up ranked and get a match like in less than 5 minutes would be nice. If at all, you know? That's where we're at. Oh, get fucked. Bring it, bitch. Wait, you can hold on. Friendly behavior. So we need to do not that one. Let's do a backflip. Yeah, you like that, huh? He likes that. It missed. Ooh. Dude, that's such a cool attack. More DOA 7 news would be very nice though. I'm down for like a little character trailer. Doesn't have to be much. It is very early, I assume, for like actual gameplay. That would be very soon. Long stride. I also saw somebody post like the sales numbers for Koei Tecmo. I don't know how true that was. But like DOA was like top 3. I do think it was like lifetime sales for franchises, if I'm not mistaken. But again, I don't know the source of it. I just saw it. Splooge. There we go. Already learned it. That's how easy it is. I'm kind of liking normal katana. Katana. Guys, in total sales, DOA will still be Team Ninja's top IP, but Nioh getting close with just 3 main releases. They beat Ninja Gaiden lifetime sales already. That's a rough one for Ninja Gaiden. But at the same time, it kind of makes sense. Like, if you think about it twice, it kind of makes sense. Because as much as people have praised Ninja Gaiden, that's what they did. They praised it. They didn't play it, which is a big difference. Like, you gotta play it too. Whereas with Nioh, I think way further than the Ninja Gaiden or like the Team Ninja fans, I think Nioh got like a foot in like the Dark Souls community a little bit. So yeah, it has a little more wider appeal, if you will. Damn, still haven't. I need 2. 2 familiarity. Crazy. Is there anything else left? No. Nice. Just like Virtua Fighter. There are times where I wonder how Virtua Fighter is still a thing. Like, I get it, but I also don't get it. But I kind of feel the same about most fighting games. Like, most of them, if you're not Street Fighter or Tekken, or I guess Mortal Kombat, which is a big exception to the rule. Like, unless you're one of those, it basically is a passion project, you know? Like, there's no big money in it at all. At all. Nioh certainly expanded the Team Ninja fanbase by a decent amount. A bunch of new Team Ninja fans that don't even know DOA is. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's literally the same with how people played Dark Souls and had no idea Armored Core was like a big thing from software. Until they released the latest one. It's like, huh, you also do this? I don't know if this is better. I mean, it looks cool. What's new over here? I should delete some of these, because this is getting a little out of hand. At the very least, everything that's not purple kind of has to go at this point, right? Minimum. Non-purples gotta go. God, this is... Why is it such a huge fucking area? This is crazy. Also forgot little dude here. Where was I? Fuck, where did I come from? Where did I... I came from here. I remember now. Eat a bomb. That barely did anything. Then why is it so weak? Nothing else? Alright. Alright. What do we have here? Dual katana. Tonfa. Hehe. Oh, is this how I get to... Wait, what? Hold on. There better be a shortcut here. Why is there no shortcut? Come on, man. How is this not a ladder? Come on. What do you mean? That's just... That's not nice. Ooh, just like that, huh? I guess this is a shortcut. Nice. Bam. All right, what I am gonna do is break time. Oh, all right, you know how it is. Give me, I'm just gonna say, give me 10. Because I haven't taken a 5-minute break in a long time. It's always been longer. So give me 10-ish and I'll be right back. Poof. I'm still kind of bummed out that they got rid of the new Time Splitters. The development. I'm sure it would have never lived up to the hype. Or like, not the hype, I guess the expectations of the community, but still sad. Ooh, I forgot about Quick Draw. Heaven Flash. Okay. There's some moves here that I'm not impressed by. Like this one's kind of ass because it takes a long time. It does damage, but it's kind of a... I don't know. But the kick isn't really exciting either. Is there anything else? Hold on. Skill list. Here we go. After quick attack. Kick. Oh, here we go. The jump back, that's also boring. Splash of water might be interesting. This one's kind of sweet. Oh, I need to unlock it with a thingy. Oy. Oy, oy, oy. Quicker? Yes, sir. Allows you to immediately switch with key pulse. That's nice. I like it. That's nice. That's nice. Guess you'll never know where THQ Nordic Embracer, they might pull the IP back out of the grave in the future. The problem is they did all this effort to like, because like famously there was like 3 people at the head of Free Radical Design back in the day, and 2 of those people they got back and got them to create a studio to do Time Splitters 4. So it really felt like, oh shit, you know, they have like the creative vision, yada yada yada, it's gonna be sick, right? And now they got rid of that studio. So if they bring back the IP, there's no way they're gonna do it again with the whole studio thing. That being said, though, as much as I'm glorifying the idea of they brought back, you know, 2 of the 3 original creators, blah blah blah, do remember that their initial project was basically Fortnite with a Time Splitter skin, and they scrapped that and started over again. So, you know, that is something the original designers started doing, and it didn't look good. I mean, I guess it looks good if you like Fortnite, but it kind of did not look like Time Splitters at all, gameplay wise. So maybe it is better, if they ever bring the IP back again, to just get a new studio working on it. You know, maybe people who were fans of the original instead of the original creators. Get devs who are fans of the original to work on it. Probably will be a better project that way. Or do Time Splitters remastered. The gun? Do we get a gun too? The guys from Rise of the Ronin crossover episode. Yokai shooting gun? That is fucking sick. Kind of wild they didn't bother adding another ranged weapon since Nioh 1. It is kind of true, right? Like, especially in this game, they could start dropping pistols in this era, and then you just have them, right? That would be kind of tight. Damn, he's good. Oh, what the fuck? It's kind of cheesy that he's like already a ranged character and then his fucking spirit is shooting on top of it. It's like a lot. Man, this is the shortest route back. Oh my lord. Oh my god, that's far. Okay, I guess it's not that far. Never mind, never mind. He didn't even aim at me. He was aiming in a different direction and it still shot me. Ain't no way he dodged that completely. Whew. Oh, what the hell? Whoa! I couldn't dodge. I was stuck in my fucking long ass animation. Stuck again. Dude, he fucking times that shit. He's like, oh, you're doing this dumbass attack? I'm not doing any key damage at all. No, you bitch! Oh, he's cheesy. I like him. I'm also not using half of my moves. Like, I'm not using any of the guardian shit. The guns killed that guy? Oh man. Oh man. Oh, too fast. Why was I so slow? What the fuck? Oh, different. Okay. I was dodging! And you're slowed. How is this happening? Sheesh! Love my panic button. The Midgardien stuff is just panic button.
すまねえ龍馬。俺もここまでだ。好きにしやがれ。ってあれ？あんた地獄を晴らせんのか。面白え面白えよあんた。
I'm gonna blow my nose real quick.
面白くねえ幕府に反旗を翻すため俺たちは志を立てた。同志が地獄に飲まれ次々と散りゆく中ついに片割れの龍馬さえも俺はあいつらの志を継いで戦い抜いてきた。あんたがいれば三千世界の地獄を晴らし面白い日の本を取り戻せそうだ。それまで面白いとはな。
Oh shit. The whole gang is here.
気に入った。あんたにかけさせてくれ。
Whole last party.
今となっちゃ見る影もないが、ここは花町島原遊郭。幕府徳川国松によって日の本はほぼ地獄に飲まれちまってる。この今日だけは俺たち志士が守ってきたんだが、ついに幕府は今日にあやかしどもを差し向けてきやがってな。奮戦虚しく 今や獅子はチリチリになっちまった。それだけじゃねえ。江戸から徳川慶喜の軍が続々と押し寄せてきやがった。中でも厄介なのが新選組。奴らの切り込みに参っちまってる。その上まさか本能寺まで地獄に飲まれちまうとは。奴らの企みを止めようと仲間のお寮が向かったばっかだ。
Conveniently in the middle.
あんたならなんとかできんだろう。頼りにさせてもらうぞ。
Shamichoro. Man, I can't wait for the second season of Shogun. I read that they're making the second season. I loved the first season, so bring it. Can't wait for another season of an Englishman going, the Japans, the Japans.
さあ急ぐぞ。将軍様たちにここはもう使えねえな。気に入ってたんだがこの先に鳥羽の跡地がある。次は
What's your hour count on this game right now? I don't know. 57 hours. It's behind my camera. 57 hours. It's actually not that much. Are they? There's no book nor actual history left though. I'm pretty sure they were doing it. Shogun Season 2 is officially in development. The new season will jump forward 10 years, focusing on Lord Tornaga's continued rise to power. Due to extensive production timeline, the season is expected to release late 2026 or in 2027. What do we know? Blah 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 blah. We'll jump to yeah, that's kind of all we know. That is going to be a 10-year time jump. We have real history, so we know what happens next. But we don't want to follow just history. We're trying to create original entertainment. Alright. Cool. And I will say I'm kind of excited for the new Dark Pictures game because I kind of forgot about it completely. And then it recently came on my radar again, and it's like, oh, it's releasing in like 3 weeks from now. So I'm like, I don't know anything about it other than like it's basically going to be Alien or Alien inspired. That's kind of all I know about it, but I kind of don't want to know more. I don't know, it feels like, you know, feels fun going in blind. Fingers crossed, I guess. Apparently, the main actor, what's his name? I just read it. He is executive producer and making like decisions, so I don't think they're just gonna go buck wild. Like, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like respectful to the actual history. Yeah, Sanada. I mean, the good thing, I guess, is if it's ass, then there's like a 10-year time jump. So there's no like, you know, it's not like the story is a direct sequel. So if you think season 1's great and season 2 might be ass, then ooh, I like this. Then you can just ignore the existence of season 2. It won't ruin everything. Ooh, long stride. I like that. I mean, we'll see if I like it. Maybe. Oh. Lightning damage. What attacks do we have? I mean, that's cool. I forgot how you get soul fragments. I guess by releasing spirit cores. It's my favorite ninja style. I'm not gonna enhance just yet. I'll explore. I feel like so far the selection of spirits, like none of them have like really blown me away so far in terms of like abilities and stuff. I don't know. But maybe that's about to change. Hell yeah. So what's my mission now? Go here. And I guess we get some bonus quests. I do want to, I mean, if it's on the map, I'm gonna get it. Woo! We haven't fought one of these in a minute. And I'm not gonna. He's gonna whoop my ass. Got him. Ring out. I guess I can't do this yet. I wonder what you need to do to clear this. Throw bomb.
新選組のやつ局長がどうとか言っ誰か
Please do something. All right, that's on the way. We can do that. Kablamo. Hey, you know what kind of surprised me? When they announced the remake of Black Flag, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, you know, they announced the remake, and then immediately after they also did like, hey, here's where you can buy the game, and also here's the collector's edition. Which, first of all, I mean, I guess it is Assassin's Creed, so it's gonna get a collector's edition with a statue. It's kind of what they do at this point. But, you know, at the same time, I was like, well, Black Flag already had one, but whatever. This is the new Black Flag. What kind of surprised me is, because these collector's editions with these statues are getting quite expensive. I think it was like 200 euros. It was sold out so fast. Like, you know, when I think back of you know, the last one, Shadows, which was also one that, you know, people were really looking forward to, you had plenty of time to order the collector's edition, I feel like. Maybe not plenty of time, but you at least had like a day or two. Right? This one was like minutes. It was just instantly, every store where I saw it, it was gone so fast. So I guess people just really like fucking pirates. Nostalgia cash-ins do work. I mean, I guess so. I mean, it is crazy to me, because even if you're like, oh man, I haven't played Assassin's Creed in a while, but I love Black Flag. Let me buy a 200 euro edition with like a 31 centimeter high statue in it. Like, that's not something you just do, right? Even if it's nostalgia, like... Oh, okay. Just like that, huh? Splooge dead. Crazy. What the hell? It has been, to be honest, very fascinating to see in like the Assassin's Creed community at large. It does seem like, and we talked about this before a little bit, it does seem like there's no consensus on what it means for an Assassin's Creed to be an RPG and when it's not. Because, you know, they were like, this is not an RPG game. This is just like the original Black Flag. But then in the pre-order stuff, you can get like armor and stuff. And people are like, wait a minute. New armor? Sounds like an RPG thing. And sure, you know, in the original Black Flag, you could equip different armor with certain effects, you know, especially like the end game stuff, the really overpowered shit. You had like armor that automatically deflected arrows and bullets and stuff. Like there was like whack shit. Is that RPG stuff? Like or is that just an RPG element in a non-RPG game? Like it has been quite fascinating to see how different, like some people really are like, oh, you can equip something, that's an RPG. That's already a bridge too far. And that's whack because the original game had all that, so where were the complaints then? But, you know, it is funny to see the difference in opinions on that. Cool. Oh my, what the fuck? Dude, at this rate, I'm never finishing this game ever. They keep handing my ass to me. Dude, let's do Poison Mist. Damn, he knew. Ooh, and another funny thing I saw this in the, because again, it kind of made rounds in the Assassin's Creed places online. There's a new game coming out soon, like a vampire game. What's it called again? Fuck. Like something Walker. Let me just go to like Eurogamer or whatever. Should be there. Dawn Walker. Dawn Walker. And that's the one by the former Witcher devs, exactly. So what was funny about it, or at least making the rounds in the Assassin's Creed community, was like you have The Witcher, very popular to the point that Assassin's Creed's RPG games copied The Witcher 3. You know, Assassin's Creed, the RPG ones, are like Witcher Light. And then they posted a screenshot of this new game, and it has the fucking all the people you need to go kill, like the hierarchy, just like the assassination boards in the RPG Assassin's Creeds. It's like we're full circle now, you know. RPG Assassin's Creed was based on The Witcher, and now ex-Witcher devs are recreating the RPG Assassin's Creeds in a new game. Because a lot of people will praise all these features they'd hate in an AC game. I mean, that's not necessarily a criticism, if you will. Like, I understand that some people have a very narrow idea of what an Assassin's Creed game should be. And that's, you know, that's their prerogative to feel that way. They're wrong. But, you know, they're allowed to feel that way. I haven't followed Blood of Dawnwalker at all, though. So far, they're just cruising on unearned reputation as far as I'm concerned. I haven't really seen anything about the game until now, where they're kind of being mocked, but not really, in the Assassin's Creed community. But at the same time, from the screenshots I'm seeing, like, vibes-wise, it's probably a game that appeals to me. I don't know gameplay and, like, system mechanics if it's gonna appeal to me. But purely on vibes, it's like right in my wheelhouse. I love the, you know, like the gothic style stuff. Gothic the style, not the video game. Can I not make that? Yeah. Damn. Ain't no way. I know they're doing previews, but I don't know if there's actually video footage out there already. Because the previews are like, I've seen 90 minutes of the game. Blood of the Dawnwalker. Gameplay, oh, I mean, I guess there's videos already. Is that coming out soon? Release is September 3rd. Okay, so not soon. Open world? Hold on. One day ago, they posted gameplay open world stuff. Okay, maybe we'll watch that. Yeah, they are a new studio, so they have no... It could be an ass game. It could look cool, but then actually be shit. Like that Samsung game. Though I've seen people enjoy that Samsung game because it's so jank. Wait, why is that so cheap? Ooh. Where did my health go? Holy moly. Well, that was easy. Hey, what's up, dude? What up, dude? Kodama. Better not fall down. Unless there's like a little secret here. But no. I guess they don't really care about poison. Bam. Easy. Probably less easy. Easy. Broken, but I can't move through. Not much broken, is it? Not that broken, eh? Since when did I have this? I just haven't equipped one? I kind of want to get one that's like not a big boss. One that I can summon multiple times. This one's kind of sick. It's only 2 times, I guess. I can't do it yet because I need to defeat the Crucible. Let's bring on this one. Sure, here, I guess. Man, 40 magic? For like 25 we could do. 40, that's like a leap. That's double what I have now. Resting rights. Oh. Oh, I guess I could get rid of all the duplicates I have. That's a lot of work. That's off-stream thing. Inventory management. I kind of want to watch that game. Actually.
Take on while
Hold on, hold on. Let me pull this up real quick. Wait.
one of the writers at Rebel Wolves. Over the past few months, we've shared quite a lot about the game's story.
Quite a lot? Okay.
Today, we'll give you a glimpse of the activities our
I was thinking it looked like shit.
a Vampire by Night protagonist Cohen can take on while exploring the open world. We start at night in our vampiric form, heading toward a vantage point to get a better sense of our surroundings.
Okay, is this the top
Reaching the
speed?
vantage point reveals
Yeah, it's up,
nearby
Rio.
opportunities
Is it
and
top
helps us
speed?
plan our next steps.
Just gorgeous. Few brave these woods. Folks say they're chock full of monsters.
Chock full of monsters.
Village of Malagir. Codrin's family's land. Malagir Monastery. Its best days are long behind it. I don't think I'll find anything else here.
The map, the hidden mysteries, haunted sites, and shrines used for fast
That's a
travel,
fun map.
which can also
The drawn.
serve as quest
I like that.
objectives.
Is this where they show the fucking Assassin's Creed thing? Is this the trailer? It might.
Early in the game, we
I don't know if they're doing it on purpose. It
allows
feels
us
all
to
very
transform
slow.
into a wolf and move faster at night. It's quicker and more agile, though it comes with
Okay.
limitations. There's also a daytime equivalent, but more on that later.
What was that? Is someone in trouble?
It looks like we've come across a group in need of help.
Or so wise that looks almost exactly like the Witcher 3.
Those choices can lead to unexpected outcomes,
It's almost like they have some sort of experience.
allowing us to quickly eliminate an unsuspecting enemy and gain the upper hand from the start. We have incorporated community
I
feedback, and now there is
don't
no
think
need
this
to
is a game for me.
to select a previously
It doesn't
assigned
look
ability. Instead, we can use quick selection.
for me.
I thought I was done for. Done for.
It's less efficient, but it will do. Are unlocked for.
Maybe I could
Voracious Bite allows us to drink blood from
In the armor? Really?
and gain the upper hand at the
Couldn't
beginning.
even be bothered.
But we're not able to drain
Right.
this enemy fully. As
His
his
teeth
armor
pierce his
quickly
armor.
goes to his aid. We can now use it. Let's
Perks?
become a movement
Sure.
indicated by the hourglass icon. Let's learn it. Begins. A long
This is it. Look.
infamous system we
The assassination board, you know? The assassination board, very good. Ay, ay, ay.
Then let's head there. We've arrived near one of Ambros's
Skill
warehouses,
trees.
storing
Is that an RPG thing? Who knows?
Killed.
Go back where you came from.
I think there's gonna be an audience for this.
The Rakiri store blood in places like this. Let's move on to another point of interest. A haunted
Oh
site.
god, this
Earlier we showed you how we can move faster at night by transforming into a wolf.
pet peeve of
To
mine.
increase our speed during
I think
the day,
doing
we can
screen
unlock a
blur
hex called
to make it
Mercurial
seem like your character goes fast,
Haunted sites are only
it-
accessible during the day.
it
as
never
they require
works.
blood
It doesn't look
and
like you're going that fast.
Deleting them
and it's kinda
improves our
goofy.
magical abilities, but also puts our combat skills to the test.
Followage? I don't have that. I can see it though. I think I can see it. Details?
The spirits here are restless. Perhaps I could help them somehow.
Can I not see it? Viewer card? Oh shit. Whoops. I can't see it.
All
Screenbear
the
looked too
enemies
fast.
on the group
Gotham Knights was...
It's a
Dude, Gotham Knights, that was so
to this
bad.
ravenous flock.
I'm an apologist for that game, by the way. I loved Gotham Knights. I had a good time playing that game.
Follow-up attack.
But, the bikes were bad. It was bad. The moment you unlocked fast travel, you barely used the bikes anymore. They were barely any faster, and it was not
So let's
okay.
collect our loot.
I did like the game gameplay wise though. The crazy thing is,
allowing Cohen to become
the amount of
even more
times,
powerful
because
with
I
magic.
still followed like the subreddit. So once in a while, when someone makes a post there, it
That's
pops up in
just
my
a brief
feed.
look at open world
on Reddit.
activities.
Um,
More await.
and like
With a
every
live
so
active
often,
object.
there's like a post that's like, "Hey, this game's on sale for $5. Is it worth it?" It's like, yes. Like it's like if you're a comic book fan, like that game is not so bad. It's not worth $5. That is crazy to me. These days you can mount the bikes to be decent in speed. Nice. Still won't help. Like, I mean, it helps a little, of course. Why is it? Oh, here. Heavenly Flash. Lightning! Forgot to equip that. Kick? Oh. Yeah, we're not changing that one yet. We need the water version. Spider-Man 2 was much failing to sadly couldn't be as great as Spider-Man was. I haven't played Spider-Man 2. I played the first one and Miles Morales. Liked both of those games. Had a good time with them. Have not played Spider-Man number 2 for a very simple reason. That bitch-ass game is allergic to being on sale. For the life of me, I have not found that game under 40 euros. I want to play that game, but like for like 20 bucks, you know? Like, sure, it's probably a great game and all that, but it's also just an open world game, you know? Like, and Spider-Man's not even my favorite superhero or anything. I just know it's a good game, so I'd play it. But, you know, it needs to be cheaper. If I'm bored, I might consider 30. But even then, that feels like a lot for a game I'm not like itching to play. Think people hate the Suicide Squad game too. Oh yeah, that was a real stinker. That was a real stinker. I don't know how they managed to do that. I played that game actually quite a lot. Like, I finished that game. I'm not even kidding. The Suicide Squad game, I finished it. As in every, like, I finished the main game and every follow-up content they released. I played all of it, the story at least. I never did the grinding. No audio. Oh shit. There we go. Yeah, I muted it for the video. Whoopsie. Yeah, I never did like the grinding in the Suicide Squad game, because why? No reason to. I just did the story bits. Not good. Whoa, who are you? And he just blocks it? And so much. Dude, that just breaks his guard completely. That is crazy. What the fuck, dude? That is bullshit. That is... It just wipes out his full key bar. That is crazy. I love it. Get fucked, bitch. Superhero games are kind of cursed lately. Wonder Woman got cancelled, Suicide Squad, Spider-Man 2 had mixed reactions, especially over time. Yeah, it's... The funniest thing is, probably one of the better superhero games that I think is not out yet, but it's about to release, is Lego Batman. There's going to be a new Lego Batman game, but it's basically Lego graphics, but it's looking like it's gonna be a full Arkham game, basically gameplay wise, which is insane. But yeah, superhero games haven't really been hitting as they should. Captain America game, yeah, the Black Panther, Captain America, the trailer. Yeah, when is that coming out? Because that looked sick. Even now, like that trailer looks incredible. Now, do we know what the gameplay looks like? No, but the trailer looked phenomenal. At least if you want to see like a story, having that kind of animation and voice acting and facial thing, that, I mean, yes, please. I guess we'll go to this shrine here. Avengers. We don't talk about Avengers. Hot take. I think Avengers was a good game. I actually played quite a lot of it. I think the only big problem that game had was Crystal Dynamics, who made it, was absolutely not ready. Oh fuck! I thought that was a... They were totally not ready to make a live service game. They had way too little content to get that game going. They had like a roadmap and they could not follow it at all. It was way too much, way too fast. They were not prepared. Gameplay wise, I think it was fine. It wasn't like amazing, right? But for what it was, like every character felt very distinct, which is what you want in a superhero game. Like making a build and stuff, especially endgame, was fun. You had all kinds of builds you can do. That's what that game was about. But they just didn't have enough content, you know? You were fighting so much of the same enemies because they just didn't make new enemies. Because they had no resources for it. When they finally did make like a big expansion, the war in Wakanda, they added a bunch of new enemies and stuff. But only for those areas. If they actually pumped out more unique content faster, that game would have still be going. But they crashed and burned very fast. It also launched on PS4. And it was not made for PS4. It was very obviously made for PS5. And like a couple months later, I think it launched in like August, like I think somewhere end of summer, because I think September was like the first expansion, like the first content they released new. And I think early the next year, like February, March, is when they launched the PS5 version. And that one ran well, but the PS4 version ran like dog shit, which didn't help. But you know, realistically, I can say I like the gameplay, yada yada yada. The reality is they failed, you know? They couldn't make enough content, they couldn't make it work properly on PS4 or wait for PS5. All the choices they made let it fail. So it is a failure of a game at the end of the day. But I have fun with it. A big issue with that game, by the way, if you remember when they first revealed that game, is ironically enough, when all we knew was the name, people were excited for it. But then they did that first introduction trailer, and people realized that they were not using the movie actors or the movie looks, if you will, and I guess people were really not down. Which, I mean, as someone who reads comic books, that is odd to me, because I've seen so many iterations of my favorite superheroes already. But like the reaction to that first trailer, even though like gameplay wise it looked fine, like nothing was like obviously wrong with it, it looked fine, but like instantly, when even during the initial cutscene without gameplay, the reaction was so negative to seeing and hearing not Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man and stuff. I think that was a big initial hit for that game. And it was an uphill battle from then on, and then they kept fucking missing. We deserve other Marvel games, other character Marvel games as well. Yeah, I feel like we're getting a lot of Marvel though. Like you had the whole Spider-Man, like good games, right? Like DC Comics really only has Arkham. Those are really the only good DC comic games. You could argue Injustice. That's also a good one. You know, I wouldn't call it great, but it's a good one. Arkham, the whole Arkham thing was really excellent. I think Marvel has more good games. So I guess if I'm thinking Marvel, I mean Marvel had a lot more because they also had like Marvel Ultimate Alliance, stuff like that, Marvel Heroes. A lot of good Marvel games have come and gone. So if anything, I feel like there should be more DC comic and not just Batman. That's the thing. There's so many other cool DC characters. I see making a Superman game is difficult. Like getting that to work gameplay wise might be tough. But there's so many supporting characters in God. There's so much you can do. There's so much I mean, superheroes. There's like a million of them. Ghost Rider PS2. I don't even know that game. God, the PS2 era was crazy. There was so much just out there games. Just like, hey, how about we make a game from this IP? Sure. I remember playing like an X-Men fighting game on GameCube. I don't remember what it was called. I have fun with it, but I was a kid, so what do I know? Like, probably if I go back to it now, it's probably the most shitty, unbalanced game ever. But as a kid, I loved that shit. Next Dimension, that's probably the one. There probably is only one. I'm sure it's that. It's also on. Okay, hold on. X-Men. Next Dimension. I guess PS2 as well. Yeah, I played it on GameCube. God, it looks so much worse than it was in my head. Dude, nostalgia's a bitch, isn't it? Like you can remember a game and how it looks, but if you haven't looked at it in like 20 years and you see it now, it's like, oh my god. Dude, this looks so much worse.
Mankind not understanding these gifts.
Wait, show me the gameplay. Show me the gameplay.
I will go.
I don't need his intro nonsense. Oh god, I remember this. Oh shit, it's coming back. The menu. I always play as Wolverine. What is this? I'm not seeing a single battle. Here we go. Forge? That's me. Mystique. Oh god. What an era. What an era of games. I love it.
Plasma quill charged.
The voice acting. Gambit. Counterattack. Where's Wolverine? I want to see Wolverine. I know he had like a jump attack. It's kind of like a throw. I should not have done this. In my head, it was this beautiful game that I loved playing as a kid. And looking at the footage now, it's like, oh my god, it was dog shit. This game looks better on GameCube. Did I accidentally play the best version when I was a kid? GameCube?
I was stricken.
Nah, it looks the same. It looks like dog shit, dude. It looks the same. Oh. It looks the same. I guess the problem is now with emulation, you up like the resolution of stuff, so it kind of equals it out, right? I can imagine back then, IRL, it's very much possible the GameCube version had a slightly higher resolution or the slight differences. It is very possible, but at least looking at it now, neither looks real good, you know. This Marvel fighting game is so underrated. What's this? Rise of the Imperfect Matches? Is this a fighting game? This is like an arena fighter. What platform is this on? They don't even mention what platform this is on. I see people say this is my childhood, but I guess on Xbox. I don't know if it's 360 or not. PlayStation. Not PlayStation 1 though, right? This has to be, I would almost guess PS3 even. It was running a 60. I mean, I guess it could be 2. Too bad P1 wasn't Mystique. I've looked at this chat message for a minute now. Like, what does he mean with too bad P1 wasn't Mystique though? I finally got it. Mystique Forge would be so funny. Time to rebrand the channel. Time to become Mystique Forge. Oh man. That Marvel game was trying to emulate Power Stone. Yeah, back then there were way more risks, you know. Studios just took more risks. Partially because it was just not as expensive to fail. I would say these days, unless you're like an indie dev, but even then as an indie dev, you probably can't afford to fail either, but yeah, making like a licensed game back then, like they probably got the licenses I don't want to say cheap, but definitely cheaper than now. Because back then they're like, oh yeah, go make your game, your plaything, you know? I definitely feel like the PS2 era games were definitely, at least by the adults back then, still very much viewed as like, you know, oh, kids are playing, they'll grow out of it. That's definitely that era. And as we grew up, it was very clear that this is a hobby. I almost want to say a lifestyle, because it kind of is, right? Like being into video games, following the gaming news, all that stuff. It kind of is a sort of lifestyle to true gamer life. That is definitely a new thing. That's definitely something my parents just was not a thing. Forgot to tell you, I finally bought a PS5. Nice. Nice. Man, after the price increase, that kind... I mean, you can only do what you can do in life, you know? You only have the means when you have them. But the price increases for all the consoles has been rough, dude. Rough. I'm praying to God my PS5 doesn't like fail or blow up or whatever. Now we can play last round together when it comes out. Nice. Wait till the PS6 comes out in the future. Though that'll probably take a minute. I don't think a PS6 is coming out anytime soon. They just did the PS5 Pro. I'd be surprised. I mean, maybe I can see next year, like the end of next year. I can see that, but I'm gonna put my money on 28. I don't see a PS6 sooner than 28, to be honest. Because especially now, with how the hardware market is going, like look at the RAM story, you know? Oops, all the RAM is sold because it's promised, you know, like the AI companies kind of like, we're gonna buy all of it. But then now it turns out they can't pay or they can't do it. So now all of a sudden, a bunch of RAM that was like reserved is back out in the wild. So we're seeing some price shifts again. I think for a company like Sony, releasing a PS6 now would be crazy. It is too volatile to like really, you know, like to push a product like that to mass market. They want to have some kind of insurances on prices, supply, all that kind of stuff. And right now is such a messy period for that kind of stuff. I would be, if I were a hardware seller, like making a PlayStation or whatever, I would not want to release one now or close to now. I would wait like a year or two, see if things calm down and get a little more steady and predictable. That's probably what they're gonna do anyway. It won't be cheap either. Yeah, it's gonna be fucking... Dude, the PS5 Pro right now is like... It's basically $1,000. That is bonkers to me. That is bonkers. Microsoft coming with the next Xbox. I don't know if they're already doing the next Xbox. They're definitely working on one. And they seem to be doubling down on the Xbox brand again. Like, seemingly, like the new lead that has come in, like Miss AI herself, it does seemingly, you know, that she seemingly is taking steps to to really bring back Xbox as a brand, I guess. But who knows? That dude, they have a lot of catching up to do. If they're gonna double down and they're like, okay, new start, Xbox is back, we're focusing on good games. Like they've said that before. We're focusing on developing good games. Yeah, how about you start? Because Xbox barely. There's all their big name titles. Most of them are like at best, you know. They have so few hits. It's kind of wild. Though I will say, from the little footage I've seen, that new Forza Horizon game that's fully set in Japan kind of looks sweet. AI data centers taking so much energy, they're jacking up the electricity bill. Oh yeah, they're jacking up the electricity bill, the water bills. Not only that, I've seen like not a documentary, but like on YouTube, someone who investigated it, who's like really into audio recordings and stuff. Those server farms for AI, they make so much low, like they make a lot of noise that our ears can't really pick up because it's like too low in frequencies. But even though you can't hear it, those frequencies can still have a very high volume. And there's like people who live nearby to data centers who they're getting like heart irregularities. They're getting like all kinds of illnesses because those low frequencies at those volumes are like literally impacting your organs and shit. It's like, it is bad. It is rough. So yeah, it's no bueno. It's no bueno. If they start now, you'd see results in 5 years. Yeah. The Xbox has been like, in a way, I understand why they chosen the path they've taken the last, I want to say almost a decade. It's been a while that they've chosen this path of like, it's about Game Pass, it's about Game Anywhere, it's about we're making good games here, you can play them on PlayStation, all that stuff. What for me that's mostly done is it just diluted the brand Xbox to, they're basically a publisher now in my eyes, right? And I don't see the value they bring other than the games they make. Like, I don't see the reason to ever buy an Xbox or whatever. And I'm very sure I'm not the only one who feels Xbox is just not a strong brand, really. It also feels like they don't really care about it. So, yeah, if they start now, results in 5 years, I would even, that's almost fast in a way. Because they have to undo quite a bit of public perception. Like, even if they make the correct moves over and over, they just start releasing banger after banger games, make a banger console that has like a reason to be bought over like a PlayStation or whatever. Even if they do that, it's gonna take a minute for that public perception of like, oh, you're the ones who caved and just started giving away shit, you know? To get rid of that reputation, man, that's tough. What they need, honestly, you can't really manufacture that, but what they need is how Sony had this is how you share games on a PS4. Like, that thing nuked fucking Xbox. Absolutely nuked it into oblivion. That one small bit just absolutely nuked him. They need a moment like that. That would instantly flip the discussion around, of course. But you can't plan that, you know? unless Sony really fucks up bad. And don't get me wrong, Sony isn't exactly fucking an angel right now. They're definitely back in that position of they know they're the top dog when it comes to consoles, and we're not counting Nintendo. I feel like they're just playing completely on their own playing field. They don't even bother with the other ones. They're on a different lane, and they're smooth sailing on that lane, right? But on the lane of PlayStation, Xbox, whatever, Sony's the top dog, like not even close, and they're definitely acting like it, and that's not good. Yeah, I mean, the 30-day login thing, that's kind of overblown from, at least from what people have figured out now. Seems to be mostly a protection against abusing refunds. I've seen the wild stories. Yeah, after 30 days, they delete your digital games. No, that's not what happens. From what people have figured out now, you get the 30-day timer, but after 14 days, when the refund period is over, it flips to being an indefinite one like it used to be. Basically to combat people who buy the game, install it on their console, refund the game, but keep their console offline so they can keep playing it. Because as long as you keep it offline, the license will not deactivate because it's indefinite. But now you have a 30-day timer, so you can't abuse the refund period. And once the refund period is over, it flips. Like, of course, you need to be online at that point in time, so you need to be online the second time, I guess, instead of just once while installing. But that second time, it gives you an indefinite license again. And I guess you can't refund that anymore, which I don't know how legal that is, especially in Europe, but that seems to be what happened. I think what's more interesting about it is how something like this happens and immediately people imagine the most severe like they don't even think of like, hey, what could this be? What's going on? It's like immediately, oh, after 30 days, they delete your games. Like the most out there situation they can possibly imagine it could be. And I don't think that's necessarily the people's fault. It's just these companies keep doing shit to fuck up consumers. No wonder consumers have like zero faith in any of them. Nor should you. They're companies, at the end of the day, you know, they run in a capitalist world, which means they're gonna chase money. That's what they're designed to do. But yeah, even without that, Sony, I mean, the amount of stuff they paywall behind their PlayStation Plus is kind of ridiculous. Just the fact, this is one that pisses me off because it's so simple. It's such a small thing, but it's such a spiteful thing as well. On the PS4, right? PS4, when you have a save game and you have PlayStation Plus, you can upload it to the cloud. And if you have a second console, you can download the save. Boom. Easy peasy, right? It's behind the paywall. That's kind of scummy, but you know, it uses cloud storage, whatever. You can find like an excuse why it should cost money. Secondary, if you didn't want to pay that, you could plug in a USB stick, copy your save file, go to your other console, and do it that way. You could do that. On a PS5, they do not allow you to do that. So the only way to carry over a save game to a different console, like let's say you buy a PS5 Pro and you want to bring over your you know, and for whatever reason you're deep enough into PlayStation to buy a Pro, but not deep enough to buy PlayStation Plus, whatever, right? You cannot copy over your save files. You need to buy PlayStation Plus, to the point where I've seen people online who are looking like, how do I do save files? And like, oh, my wife played on my account. How do I get a save file to her account? And it's like, basically the advice people online give is like, dude, it's so fucked. Just buy PlayStation Plus for a month, upload it, download it, do it that way. They lock down every other way to do it. And that's such a small thing. But man, why? It's so petty. It's so petty. Why can't I copy a save file on an USB? It's so stupid. And there's like a million of those small things that just, you know. But all of those things are true for Xbox as well, usually. So, you know, they're all no angels. So even Nintendo has like a bunch of weird, you need online access for this and whatever. Or like the whole new cartridge thing that just is not like, it's a game card but doesn't contain the game. All that kind of nonsense. Like, what are they doing, dude? What are we doing? Ridiculous. Anyway, it's getting late. I kept yapping. I got stuck yapping. Yeah, good shit. Alright, boys and girls. Thank you for listening to me yap. Yeah, I mean, I guess I said enough. Yeah. Thanks for watching. I'll be back on Friday. It's a public holiday here, so hopefully you guys get to be at home as well on Friday. Yeah, that's it. Guys, have a good one. Take care, and see you Friday. Bye-bye.